I want to start with a number because it genuinely shocked me the first time I saw it tested properly. Two UTEs, side by side, doing 130 kilometers an hour on a wet road. Same driver, same brakes. The only difference? The tires. One UTE is running a good set of premium tires. The other is running some of the cheapest tires available. Both hit the brakes at exactly the same moment. When the UTE on the good tires comes to a complete stop, the one on the cheap tires is still doing 79 kilometers an hour. That's not an opinion. That's from independent European testing. We're talking about roughly 16.5 meters of extra stopping distance. That's the difference between stopping safely and hitting something you never wanted to hit. So today, I'm breaking down 5 tire brands or types I'd avoid on a UTE in Australia, and 5 I'd happily fit to my own. A tire is the only thing connecting your UTE to the road. Think about that. You've got around 2 tons of vehicle sitting on 4 contact patches, each roughly the size of your hand. Every time you brake, steer, accelerate, tow or drive through rain, everything depends on those 4 patches of rubber. And a UTE makes the situation even more demanding. Load the tray, hook up a trailer or caravan, and you're asking even more from those tires. That's why the difference between a good tire and a cheap tire isn't just road noise or comfort. It's how quickly you can stop when the road is wet. And that's where some budget tires fall badly behind. 5 tires I'd avoid. Number 5 isn't really a specific brand. It's the completely unknown tire that nobody has heard of, fitted simply because it has the cheapest price sticker. My rule is simple. Look at the sidewall. Make sure the tire has the required certification markings and matches the specifications on your vehicle's tire placard. Being cheap doesn't automatically make a tire dangerous. There are plenty of affordable tires that perform reasonably well. The problem is buying something with no proven independent testing behind it. If nobody can tell you how that tire performs under heavy braking in the wet, I wouldn't want it carrying my UTE. Next is Delinte. I'll be fair, it's not necessarily the worst tire ever made. But independent testing has shown a significant gap in wet braking compared with benchmark tires. We're talking around 9 meters of additional stopping distance. That's roughly 2 car lengths. On a dry road, you might never notice the difference. But when the road is wet and someone suddenly pulls out in front of you, those extra meters matter. For a UTE, I'd rather spend a little more and have that extra grip. At number 3 is the Triangle Sport X. In one independent test, it finished near the bottom of the field, with around 12 meters of additional wet stopping distance compared with the best tire. 12 meters. That's roughly 3 car lengths. And when you're trying to avoid an accident, the last few meters can make all the difference. A tire that gives away that much braking performance in the wet simply isn't something I'd put on my UTE. Number 2 is the Auto Green Smart Chaser SC1. In a European test involving 52 tires, it finished dead last for wet braking. It had the longest stopping distance in the entire group, with around 5 meters separating it from the next worst tire. That's not a tiny difference. And the problem is that these tires can look extremely attractive when you're standing in a tire shop looking at the price. But saving money at the counter isn't much of a bargain if you're giving up a huge amount of wet weather grip. And number 1 is the one I'd be most reluctant to fit. Double coin. Specifically, the DC99 and DC100. This isn't based on one bad test. Independent testing conducted years apart has repeatedly placed these tires at the bottom of the field. In one test, the double coin took around 46 meters to stop in the wet while the leading tire stopped in roughly 31 meters. That's about 15 meters of difference. And remember that opening example? At the point where the better tire had already stopped, the UTE on the poor performing tire was still traveling at around 79 kilometers an hour. So if you're offered a double coin simply because it's cheaper, think very carefully. Saving a few dollars per corner isn't worth compromising braking performance. 5 tire brands I'd actually consider. Now let's talk about the good news. These aren't necessarily the most expensive tires on the market. They're brands and models that have shown strong results in independent testing and are worth considering for a UTE. First up is Maxxis. And this one surprises people because Maxxis isn't always priced like a premium tire. Some of its models have performed extremely well in European testing, while its razor range has also earned a strong reputation in Australian 4-wheel drive testing. So if you want something capable without automatically paying premium brand prices, Maxxis is worth looking at. Next is Kumho. Kumho is one of those brands that doesn't always get the attention of Michelin or Continental, but independent testing has shown it can compete surprisingly well. In some tests, Kumho tires have achieved strong positions for wet grip, while also performing well for longevity and cost per kilometer. And that's important, because the best tire isn't necessarily the most expensive tire. A good mid-range tire that lasts longer and performs well can be much better value over the life of the tire. Then there's Toyo. If you've spent any time around Australian utes and four-wheel drives, you've probably heard of the open country range. There's a reason they're so popular. Toyo offers tires designed for people who spend their time between sealed roads, dirt roads and off-road conditions. For someone who uses their ute every day but still wants proper off-road capability, Toyo is a very sensible option. Yokohama is another brand I'd happily consider. Its Geolander range has performed extremely well in all-terrain testing and is designed for exactly the kind of mixed driving many ute owners do. You get a tire that's capable off-road without completely sacrificing road manners. And that's important because most ute owners aren't spending every day in mud. They're driving on the highway, commuting, towing and occasionally heading off-road. And finally, Hankook. Hankook has moved well beyond the idea of being just a budget tire brand. Its higher-end models have performed extremely well in major European tests, competing directly with much more expensive names. So if you want something approaching premium performance without necessarily paying the highest premium price, Hankook deserves a look. Now, there's something important here. Don't buy a brand. Buy the right model. Even premium brands can have tires that perform better or worse than competitors. And the most expensive tire isn't automatically the best tire. Also, check your tire pressures, inspect your tread regularly and check whether your specific tire model has any safety recalls. And don't judge a tire only by how many kilometers it lasts. Some cheap tires last a very long time simply because their rubber compound is extremely hard. That might sound good, but a hard compound can sacrifice wet weather grip. So a tire lasting longer doesn't necessarily mean it's a better tire. And here's one final point specifically for ute owners. If you're regularly carrying heavy loads or towing, make sure your tires have the correct load rating. For some applications, an LT or light truck rated tire may be the right choice because of its stronger construction and higher load capability. But don't automatically assume you need the most aggressive mud terrain tire. For most people who spend the majority of their time on sealed roads, a good all-terrain tire can offer a better balance of wet grip, road comfort, longevity and off-road ability. So, the tires I'd personally be cautious about are Double Coin, Auto Green, Triangle Sport X, Delinte, and completely unknown no-name tires without proven testing. And the brands I'd seriously consider are Maxxis, Kumho, Toyo, Yokohama and Hankook. Remember, the cheapest tire isn't always the cheapest choice. You're trusting 4 small patches of rubber with your ute, your passengers and everything you're towing. So choose them carefully, and let me know in the comments. What tires are you running on your ute right now, and how have they performed? If you found this useful, hit subscribe for more straight-up automotive advice. Look after yourselves, and look after those 4 patches of rubber that keep you on the road.